There was a rumour that somewhere in the Omniverse there is a culture developing with advanced technology but without peace, unlike everywhere else. The explorers have come together from different planets and solar systems aboard the mothership and burst through the membrane. Which is the limit of what is viewable this side of the universe. We begin the exploration to try and understand this planet Earth. And who am I? I'm And, the shipboard computer, helping the explorers whenever they need it. We have the machine called a malapropascope, which corrects some of the mistakes of history. It has shown us a strange character known as the Infuddle, and the knight, Lord Innery, and the peevish page, who flow out of the corrected story of King Arthur, which should have been the story of King Martha.
Oh, save King Martha! Long live King Martha!
We are approaching the lair of the Infuddle.
You cannot challenge me, you and your feudal world of pages and things, because we come from the creepy undergroundy places. Yes.
Take this! Infidelity down. Back to where he belongs.
Lord Innery is made the Bishop of Cant'n'bury for slaying the Infuddle.
I stand proudly to receive.
Peevis Page?
My lord?
You know that strange creature that I slew before the coronation?
The Infuddle, you mean?
Yes, I have killed him, but I hardly knew what he was.
Later, some of the explorers are curious and want to see more. And with my supercomputational skills, I will try and piece together everything and make sense of all these fragments of time and stuff.
Oh, has gone black and white.
Oh, well, let's just carry on watching anyway. It still might be some good. Well, well, well.
Such a long journey the Black Bishop will make with the body. It might take him a year. So we will embalm the body. During the events of Ragnarok, a Viking equivalent of the end of time, there is a boat, Nagorfa, made entirely from the finger and toenails of the dead. And because the nails continue to grow after death, we do this only the night before he's placed into the coffin. And I place the cuttings on this model, Nagelfar 2, to remind us of this tale. Thus, we postpone the end of time. We can preserve his surface with this natron. And for the internal organs, the Black Bishop has given me the embalmer fish, a rare creature that consumes organic stuff when it is moist, somehow related to the eels. And the embalmer fish defecates these dry white stools that fill the space to stop the skin collapsing. Ideal. Tonight, the Black Bishop claims the body of the Infuddle. He will wend his way through places he knows the Infuddle spent time. Others who knew him in these places will understand what has happened when they see the coffin. He will tread his way eastward to where he landed as a youth, where some of his people remain. They will know about how to make the pyre.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my book surcease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore.
It must be the Infuddle. Somebody got the bastard. Perhaps I should help. There will be a great pyre after this. There will be a merry pyre after this.
I hear there's trouble in my kingdom. I wonder if I could get my old wizard, Merlin, although I quite never understand what he's saying. Ananda, what is he saying?
He seems to be saying that it's all connected to the Infuddle, the creature saved by Lord Innery.
Ah. So disappointing. You can't even get the forecast now without all of this mumbo jumbo. For God's sake. You're useless. Useless. To my dear Archbishop of Cant'n'bury, my spies have told me that there is trouble brewing at the edge of my kingdom. My wizard has told me that this is connected to the Infuddle, that strange creature that you slew. My spies have told me of the great parties you hold in your palace. Yet so far you have not served me well,
either in religion or other matters. This Infuddle, though you have killed him once, his popularity grows. You must do something to stop him being a success. Travel to his funeral and disrupt it in some way. I am relying on you and your cronies in this simple task. King Martha and the royal seal.
Serious stuff going on here.
How can I disrupt this funeral? I need a sign. Something from heaven. Crikey. I don't believe it. Perfect. The red spheres from heaven.
Right, now we have them, my lord.
Yes.
How do you think we might use them?
I think we should use them to disrupt the funeral, but with the aid of the Gorilla Bishop.
The Gorilla Bishop? Now,
Yes.
he would be the man for the job, wouldn't he?
He would be.
He will
Perfect
know.
choice for the job, and he will do it without much persuasion either.
Yes, and after all, you are the Archbishop, so
Yes.
you can tell him, and it will be also a secret mission, I think.
I think it
feel.
will be, yes, exactly.
Yes, he will know where to find them, and then perhaps he will know what to do.
Exactly. Well,
Because
well
they are
done with
strange
gathering
things.
those spheres.
Yes.
Let's go and start disrupting
We will.
with the
We
assistance
will.
of the Gorilla Bishop.
Yes, he will lead us. He will lead that party. I feel it requires a certain agility to do this disrupting.
Ah! I see you. I've been searching for you. I have these red spheres which came from heaven. I am going to command you to take these spheres and use them to disrupt the funeral of the Infuddle.
Ja, ik verstehe nicht.
This is the task I want you to do.
Ja, sprechen Sie langsamer bitte.
Perfect, okay? Go. Good luck, Gorilla Bishop.
Ja, sprechen Sie langsamer bitte.
Fire and feet and candle lit, and Christ receive thy soul. Now from here away makes path, then in eternal, and and Christ receive thy soul.
It's having a sob now, isn't it?
And then what? something like that, isn't it?
Shame on the bishops! Shame. Bishop Party, shame on the bishops! Shame!
Well, I think that was passable martyrdom.
And then if you're not starting with that, I'm late. This has happened. The Infuddle!
My king, I bring news from the eastern frontier of your kingdom.
I see.
The Archbishop and his team have failed to disrupt the funeral of the infidel. All they did was throw red spheres at the pyre, and there was no Christian magic in these red spheres, and the mourners, the merry mourners, they took no notice. He has failed you. And also the peevish page, she has a strange role to play. She has helped with the raking of the ashes of the pyre and cooperated with the Black Bishop in retrieving relics from such ashes. I do not know what to make of her at all.
Damn! I had little faith in that Archbishop. And now I must dismiss him. And now I simply will demote him. He will no longer be the Archbishop, and I will make him the Bishop of Rutland.
Hail and well met, my lord.
Aha!
Now, you may not recognize me. I am now the royal page, and I have been sent by King Martha as an emissary. The people there, who seem to be following the infidel's funeral and all that stuff,
Yes.
they no longer recognize King Martha, and they refuse to pay their taxes. She blames all this on you, it was your last chance as Archbishop to do some disrupting. And because of that, she demands that now you are no longer the Archbishop, and she demands that I take away your Archbishop's mitre.
No,
Indeed.
this cannot be true.
It is indeed.
I don't believe this.
Now, you must kneel down, and I will take away that mitre, but there is some compensation. There is some hope for you left.
I hope there's something for me.
Please kneel and accept this bad piece of news. Thank you. Now, the compensation that she has allowed you in her mercy is that you may now become the Bishop of Rutland.
Rutland? I've not heard of that place.
Well, I'm afraid now it's up to you to get to Rutland and do your bishoping there. I must away.
Oh. Rutland. Maybe the pieces will give me some clue to where this Rutland is. Come on. Find this place one day. Ah. Damn puzzle. Ah. Suffolk. Ah.
Hail and well met, my fellow bishop.
Ah, the Bishop of Leicester.
Yes, indeed. I have encountered the royal page on my journeys.
Ah.
And he has given me the mitre for the Bishop of Rutland. So I am now allowed to place on your head this mitre for the Bishop of Rutland. So please remain seated.
Thank you.
And now consider yourself exactly that bishop. Comfortable?
Yes.
Excellent. Now we must decide on your next steps.
I've been trying to find this place Rutland. I've turned over so many pieces, I'm so frustrated with it. It must be such a small place, I can't find it. Look!
Indeed, I know something.
Suffolk.
I know something of this place, Rutland.
Ah.
We need to set off, we need some clue as to which direction, but as we get nearer to Rutland... Well, some other advice that I have for you, my dear Bishop of Rutland, is that where you're going, your new diocese, they have few priests and they have few churches. And God knows where your residence will be. Mm. And the priests that they do have, they hardly speak a word of Latin.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the Black Bishop has taken the relics from the pyre down river to the mouth of the River Deben. This is near to where the Infuddle landed as a young fellow migrating across the North Sea from Angeln, the home of the Angles. He has set the effigy afloat to return across the sea to the Infidels' homeland.
And now,
on BBC One, WINEBERTS Britain.
Look, it's you, Professor Winebert. It's you.
What? So this is Berkhamsted Castle, which is mentioned on the map of the previous page. So hereabouts, the infidel came on his way westwards, and hereabouts, the Black Bishop returned on his way to Rendlesham with the body of the infidel. But things don't seem quite right. This is much later. This was made later, even though now it's a ruin. It was made later, after the time of the infidel, after the coming of the Normans. So how this must have been for the infidel and the Black Bishop, we just don't know. So we're interested in an angle who would have come across the North Sea in about 500.
Right.
And
well,
whether the angles, do you think an old angle in 500 could have encountered these
almost
walls?
Almost definitely the Angles would have come up here. This is East Anglia. The Angles settled here. It was a part of the Kingdom of East Anglia. So definitely the Angles would have come here. They didn't tend to inhabit old Roman sites. All the early Anglo-Saxon settlements are outside of Roman towns or forts, and I don't think there's any evidence of the Anglo-Saxons actually being here until later on, when I think in the 7th century this site was given to Saint Fursey for monastery, which was by King Sigbert, I think, of East Anglia, descendant of Radweld.
I mean, what they do to keep his memory alive, I can scarcely imagine. But maybe if we go down here, we can find out.
Across the sea where the last light shone, oh infidel,